Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 223.
I'm sure there were words in there somewhere.
No, about like 2 words in, I was like,
Welcome to the Fandom Flux Podcast.
that thing. 223.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. I really need to just stop trying to do there's a fun intro thing and just fucking do the intro. So, I'm Casey. Hi, how's it going? We have Kenchi.
Hi, I'm Kenchi618, and my left knee hurts like a mother smurfer.
It's blue.
Feels like it is.
Okay.
Feels like it should be.
Zeros, yeah.
Hi, everyone. We're 223 episodes in, and I still don't have a good intro gimmick, so here we go, I guess.
Why do you need one?
Man, this episode's limp already.
That's lewd.
It wasn't intended to be.
Well, you know who you're talking to.
Patient help.
What do you expect me to do?
Yeah, Casey, what do you expect me to do? Stop making pathetic noises.
I need another cat. I'm gonna go to Discord and just.
Ugh.
I'm feeling kind of down today. I'm not gonna lie. It's become evident. So yeah, it's not especially. Oh, people have been putting cats in the Discord. I don't have to do anything.
People have been putting other things in Discord as well.
Yep.
That cat's super happy. Yeah.
You're not looking at the cats.
I'm looking at cats.
I'm not looking at cats.
No, not that. Something, just looking at things, and, well, this isn't something that I've seen before, nor is it something that I would like to see.
Yeah, don't go in there.
It's something on Patreon.
Oh, okay. Well, you can go into Patreon, I guess. Don't go into that Fandom Flux Discord.
The bot abuse channel seems fine. It's mostly filled with cats at this point.
But if he scrolls too far up,
Then he will get. I'm scrolling just to find out. It's really, literally just cats for the past like 3 days. I have no problem with this. Oh, okay. And then there's cat girls that are probably underage. So, yeah. There is also a cat girl command that you can get the bots to do, and it pulls up a random image of cat girls. Some of them are not okay.
Yeah.
Some of them are not okay, but we don't really have a control over that. Yeah.
It's all random, so.
Yep. Thanks, Internet.
Random Flux Podcast.
right?
That's the name now. So it's a has to be the name. Of course it does. So
Invisible Podcast. You're a writer.
I was gonna let it go, but Zero didn't.
Podcat. My fingers wanted to type cat, I guess. Oh, that's even better, actually. Random Flux Podcat. Oh, he's already typed it. Thanks, Patience. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, this got somewhere. I'm feeling better about it. Yeah. All right. I got next to nothing, so I guess I can go first. Kingdom Hearts, still a thing. Wow, I got kind of fed up with critical mode for Kingdom Hearts 2. It's yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Late game bosses are just kind of an exercise in frustration of the triangle commands just not working half the time, and bosses just doing a combo on you until you have no health left. So all of your, last chance or whatever perks kick in, and then you are allowed to drop out of the air, which, by the way, I would really appreciate in Kingdom Hearts 3 if there is an ability that's just like drop, so you fall in a reasonable amount of time. But yeah, you drop and hit the floor just long enough for someone to hit you again, and that's fun. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, okay, I finished the game at this point, technically speaking. I mean, multiple things I'm gonna kind of bitch about for this whole sequence. You have to finish the game to unlock some of the bonus bosses, which kind of pisses me off because I like doing everything first and then doing the final boss to put like a full stop on the end of the game kind of thing. Doesn't let you do that. You've got to finish the game so you can unlock the bonus bosses and stuff. That's kind of shitty. That being said, all of the bosses in general are kind of shitty because they're not like skill fights, they're puzzle fights more often than not. Like, it will expect you to do certain things at certain times, and if you don't do them, you die, start again. And that's not fun. Really?
Yeah.
Remember the pattern, bro.
It's not even the pattern, though. Like, the last boss, the last boss, right at the end of the game, whatever his name is, the guy that has like 16 fucking names for no reason. He, it's not a great fight for most of it. Like I say, it has some aspects of that whole, hey, you need to do this thing or you'll die. Or you died, okay, start again. But then once you get to a certain point in the fight, it will expect you to do something you have never ever had to do in the game at any point previous and figure it out on basically no context. So, yeah. Like, we just recorded Anime Reflux for a game that's kind of like an adventure game, so this is kind of apropos in that sense. But yeah, it's kind of like an adventure game thing from the 80s or 90s where you have to figure out what the developer wants you to do rather than what actually makes sense in context. That's kind of shitty.
Just click on everything. It's mind-numbingly good.
Yeah, like there is a point where it literally just expects you to just say fuck it and button mash, and that's not... Yeah, because if you don't, then you die. Start again. Like I say, that... But yeah, so that's really annoying. But I still, overall, really enjoyed the game. Like, the plot got stupid. But the mini stories of just redoing Disney films, that, they're still really good at that, at least. Well, rather, they're much better at that than they were in the first one, which means they're actually good at that now. So those were fun to do. I loved doing Pride Rock. I loved the Agrabah one, because that was Return of Jafar, which unironically was one of my favorite films as a kid. Yeah, the Aladdin sequel that was direct-to-video was one of my favorites. Go figure.
Pretty good film.
It was okay, yeah, but...
But honestly, Josh Scorcher put it best, the Fiery Joker put it best when he described the fight with Jafar. You're on a flying carpet in the skies above Pakistan, And
You
how do
have a
you
little feedback, and it's really hard to hear you. I don't know what's going on.
did you clear Agrabah completely?
Yeah, I've cleared all of the worlds completely at this point. I'm just doing bonus bosses.
In short, the Jafar fight was disappointing. Phenomenal cosmic powers, itty bitty movesets.
I don't even remember the second Jafar fight.
You grab his tail and spin him around. And
Oh, that thing. Yeah, like I say, puzzle boss fight. You have to go down and hit him in his midsection specifically, even though his head's right there and you're always eye level with him. You have to drop down, hit him a few times in the stomach, so you can actually damage him. Yeah, didn't like the bosses in this game.
I mean, not all of them were bad. And I like the Organization 13. They were interesting.
How does the magic guy work?
Who?
I don't know his name. The guy with the cards.
Oh, Luxord.
Sure.
What do you mean? How does he work?
He turns you into a dice, or a die, technically, and then you jump, and that's pretty much all I got. And then eventually you're not a dice anymore for some reason.
I mean, usually that's a penalty game for losing gamble. You get turned to a die, but
wait, so that gambling thing really is literally just... Oh my god, they made a boss fight that was based on random chance?
Not really. It was more about quick reflexes and quick eye. Just...
Yeah, I have no idea, because him and his flunky nobodies, the ones that are assigned to him that do the same kind of thing, the triangle commands for those seem like they're, hey, a thing happens and now you're a card, or I suppose in this case a thing happens and now you're a dice, and
if you win the game, you get money.
Okay, how do you play the game? Because all that seemed to happen was I pressed triangle and then cards showed up, something happened, and then I was a card.
Look at the command menu and you'll see a group of X's and one O scrolling down. Click the O and you win.
I don't appreciate that. Specifically because once you get to a certain point in the game, like say the final dungeon where these things actually show up, you're not looking at the command menu anymore. Because you don't need to, you know where everything is. If you're looking at the command menu, you're not looking at the fight that's going on, so you're going to do badly in the fight.
And you don't see it change out of the corner of your eye?
No, because I'm focusing on the fight, the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm not looking... I'm very specifically not looking at the command menu because I know what's on it. Until they decide to change it for basically no reason. Like, what stopped them from doing this? Like, it's a triangle command. It stops everything while this is happening. Why didn't they just have the buttons over the top of the cards that are in the fight? This was made in 2005. What the hell am I asking? Of course it's going to be janky as shit. It's an old game. So, in that sense, okay, I hope it's not as janky in Kingdom Hearts 3. That's basically my conclusion at this point. Yeah. Not the best designed game in terms of usability, but it's fine. It's fine. Like, I feel like every time I talk about Kingdom Hearts, I piss off a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans.
It's okay. They don't even listen to our podcast.
Oh well. So yeah, all I have left is just over half of the data replicas, which are probably going to be the worst things ever. Sephiroth, Lingering Will, and I've got to dust off the Paradox tournaments, and that's pretty much it. So,
Have you done Demix yet?
no. I tried. I don't entirely know how it expects me to do that.
Fire.
Fire? Fire.
Fire.
Okay. Oh, that's also great game design. The guy that uses water clones, it wants you to use fire on them. That's...
Technically, they didn't have a water element, so he uses the blizzard elements.
Sure he does. Okay.
Yeah, they're... With how much build-up they had to Kingdom Hearts, how much time they've had, there shouldn't be any design.
You say you shouldn't be as a very strong word. There's always going to be flaws.
How'd Duke Nukem Forever turn out, by the way?
I don't know. Never played any of those games.
A delayed game is eventually good, unless that
don't-
delayed game is delayed because of literal development hell. So
Who was expecting anything out of Duke Nukem Forever at that point when it actually came out?
Yeah, valid. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm going to be playing the ones that came out later as well. So, it's Birth by Sleep is the next one on the list, obviously. And then Dream Drop Distance. So, I'll see how those did. I have no idea what they are, because I think they're both portable games.
yeah, Birth by Sleep is like a prequel.
Yeah, I know
Dream
that
Drop-
much.
Yeah, Dream Drop Distance is where everything gets like 10 times more stupid.
Thanks, Zero. I guess, yeah, legitimately thanks. It's good to have my expectations lowered, so I'm less
Keep your
disappointed.
expectations. I beat Dream Drop Distance, and boy, did that just... It's dumb.
Well, it's still gonna have, like, the mini stories from, like, Disney films, right?
Yeah, it's still going to have the mini stories. The gameplay in it is incredibly satisfying as well.
Cool.
Um,
Like, I've
So,
made
like-
peace with the whole Organization 13 Heartless thing being complete bullshit. I've just made
Yeah.
peace with that. I don't care anymore.
you also get to see characters from The World Ends With You in it. So it's still a very good game. It's just that the writing in it gets even more stupid. So yeah.
Can I just ask a question about something that they didn't really establish at any point?
Okay.
In any of the 3 games that was setting this up? What were Organization 13, technically Xehanort specifically, actually trying to do?
That's going to be answered in the next 2 games. Like, that's answered in Birth by Sleep and then expanded upon in Dream Drop Distance. And that's why it gets dumb.
Okay, because it gets very briefly mentioned in Days that at least Sykes and Axel probably wanted their hearts back, probably, but no one else was really interested in that, especially Xehanort, but it doesn't really say what they were trying to do.
Yeah, these next 2 games you're going to be playing will answer that.
Yeah, that's not great storytelling, not giving your
I know,
villains a
it's-
real
it's-
specific motive. That's not...
really not.
And Casey, when you play Birth by Sleep, let me know what you think of the command board.
The what? It cut out.
Command board.
Oh. Alright, I have no idea what that means, but I'll let you know, I guess. Oh, so janky shit. So yeah, Kingdom Hearts, still plugging away at that. I will eventually get back to Chain of Memories and finishing. I have also been watching a new YouTube channel that is basically my recommendation for this week, which is Dr. Hope's Sick Notes. It's basically a professional emergency room doctor doing reviews of medical shows, but not being this is wrong and you shouldn't be doing it this way. It's more just like having fun with it and explaining, yeah, it's probably not right. It makes sense for the sake of drama and everything, but we would actually do it like this, and this is what they're doing, and explaining in more detail. It's actually pretty fun and very charismatic dude. So, been watching a lot of that. It's good stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much my week, though. So,
all right.
who's to go next?
I didn't do too terribly much. I can go next.
Okay. It's weird that our criteria for going first is we didn't do shit, but okay.
That's going to save the juicy bits for later. But yeah, because we're moving out, it's been a lot of just packing and taking care of things, and yeah. But I did we're going to see Solo, the Star Wars movie tonight. I have very low expectations.
Good.
Because I think this is a movie that doesn't need to exist. And
what exactly is the plot? What is
I won't get to that.
doing?
I can get into that in my turn because I didn't go last week.
yeah, well, I'll let Kenshi get into that, but I'm going to be seeing it tonight, so yeah. I also played a game that I've heard about before. It just recently came to the Switch. It's called Icey. And
oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
It's basically a 2D character action game. Lots of fun, lots of good combos, but I think what thrives, like the reason why I'm playing it is it's another one of those games where you have the narrator and you can just disobey the narrator and
Is
fourth
it the
wall
same
break the
narrator
game.
from Bastion? Also, the thing in the chat, Zero. Is it the same narrator from Bastion?
No.
Oh, that's
If it
disappointing.
was, that would be cool, but
Yeah.
not everybody can be him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that game's a lot of fun.
Is it the same narrator from the Stanley Parable?
It might as well be.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm down with that.
I think the Stanley Parable narrator is more entertaining, personally, but there's still a lot of this game was originally developed, I think it wasn't developed in America originally. It was like a Chinese or some Taiwanese type game that came, and so the narrator is an American guy, considering the language option I picked, and his delivery on some lines is not great, but for the most part, a lot of the humor and everything came across. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. It was only $10-15. It's not that much, and you could probably get it on Steam rather than on your Switch if you want. But I just like to play everything on the Switch, so yeah. Aside from that, and packing, I had a D&D session where I got to be a player for once again. It's a very kind of more survival-focused campaign where food and water and carry weight really matter. And I am playing a small child.
So, Zero makes a dick move in character creation, story number 37, I suppose?
Well, look, he's a child with 18 intelligence. So he's an extremely competent child, and he's really like he's survived in this harsh world most of his life on his own. So everybody treats him like a kid, and he gets really upset because he is smarter than everyone else in the party.
Okay.
So
He's still a kid.
He's still a kid, though. So the Mystic class, which basically means I have psychic powers.
Mm.
So essentially, it's a character that has a lot of skill proficiencies and is really good at doing things out of combat. In combat is extremely limited right now because you have to use psi points to do things, and I have like barely any. Still, it's fun to mix it up because if you just play the same 20, 30-something-year-old character all the time, it just gets boring for me personally.
Yeah,
like the next campaign I play, and I want to play an old man.
I was literally thinking that it would be fun to play an old man and just be a crotchety bastard all the time.
You mean like you normally are?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Play
the character I'm playing is like he's 12 years old, so he's starting to get a little bit of that teenage arrogance. But it's interesting because he's also chaotic evil, so we'll see where that goes. And I don't like to play chaotic evil like chaotic stupid per se. It's just this person literally is not capable of having these types of morals kind of thing, given their background. But now there's two people in the party which are good influences, and two people in the party which are like, "Hey kid, want a cigar?" They're like, "Sure. This is perfectly fine." So that's an interesting party dynamic of good and bad influences. Yeah. D&D is fun.
It can be.
Aside from that, it was trying to think of anything else that I would be podcast worthy of mentioning. But due to the stress of a lot of things going on in my life, I didn't really read any fanfics or anything. But have you guys, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but there's this YouTube series called Down the Rabbit Hole.
Doesn't actually sound familiar. I don't know whether you have mentioned that before.
Basically, it's a series of videos all about these different types of subjects that you just go down the rabbit hole on and see where this thing goes. Like, they have a video on Christian Weston Chandler. They have a video on some historical stuff as well. There's a whole video on anime and otaku culture. And what I really like about this is that the person who puts these videos together, they're very smart with doing it because it doesn't come across as if they're saying everything with a clear bias. This is what happened in these particular situations. And this is the series of events.
I can appreciate that. Having watched Conan's Clueless Gamer bits on YouTube, a few of those. Yeah. So seeing someone that's just kind of, okay, let's see where this goes, and just clear mind, just let's see what happens.
There's a video on Dark Side Phil, video on Spoonie.
Really?
Yeah. Video on Neopets even, and that whole thing. There's a lot of
video on Spoonie being the weird one, but okay.
The SCP Foundation, there's a lot of
so that's how you started getting into the SCP Foundation.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
because but like when it talked about the SCP Foundation, he was talking about a lot of the drama that went on behind the scenes of the founding of the website, rather than, the pages themselves. It's focusing on the kind of the history of these things and where they particularly led and what events led to those. So it's very informative. It's very unbiased. So it's interesting. I highly recommend you watch that series.
What was that called again? Also,
Down the Rabbit Hole.
Chat, please.
Yeah, the YouTube channel is Frederick Knudsen with a K. I don't know why, but that's a
I'm just
foreign
gonna
name.
put Down the Rabbit Hole.
Oh,
Thank you. There we go. Fucking Christ, Zero.
But yeah, did a whole 2-part series on digital homicide. Where they did the whole thing where they
Oh god, that whole
sued
thing.
gyms. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then things like Rosnishpuram and the Time Cube. So
I don't know what that is, but sure.
you should find out because they're pretty weird.
Should I though?
No.
Dude, go down the rabbit hole. The most recent one was the Final Fantasy house, which was talking about this horrible house of housemates who all believed they were soul bonded to Final Fantasy characters. And it is... yes.
Okay. Clarify. When you say soul bonded, are we talking Harry Potter fanfiction trope where they're destined to be together, or soul bonded as in they are these people?
In a past life, I was this character.
Oh boy. I would be saying that for either of those circumstances, but oh boy. Okay.
It's really interesting because there's one person who was the instigator behind all of this, and there's a lot of interesting subjects touched upon in these videos, and I highly recommend it.
So there are 17 of them that are Cloud, right?
I don't think. No, I think it was just one purpose. It was really messed up. The stuff that went on in that Final Fantasy house. So I recommend checking out this channel. I think it's very informative about a lot of the weirder or darker anomalies of YouTube and history, with some stuff that kind of goes beyond that. There's a whole video on the Mouse Utopia experiments, for example, which was a series of social experiments to determine how humans would react in a crisis, kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, one thing I also like is that the creator made Down the Rabbit Hole videos on his own mistakes, once or twice, but yeah, I think it's on his own mistakes. Yeah, but the rest of them are all focused on things like this. Yeah, I just recommend this series. I really like it.
Alright, anything else, Zero?
I think I talked for long enough to believe that I have a purpose to be here. So
Okay, that's a little sad, but
yeah, I got nothing else. It's just mainly been a lot of stuff going on with packing and things.
Okay. Patient, how you doing? Watching more Georgia to the Jungle clips for some reason.
You mentioned arguing with the narrator.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got lost in thought for a second. It just went wee, and I'm gone. So, how you doing, patient?
I am doing well. On a related note, dark chocolate peanut M&Ms are delicious.
Could never get into dark chocolate. That being said, I haven't, since I started enjoying bitter food, I haven't actually tried them, so I might like them now, maybe, I don't know.
If only I didn't hate sweets.
That's not something that you hear every. I'm sorry for you, Kenshi.
Yeah.
I mean, functionally, it's kind of nice to hate sweets because they're, you know, demonstrably bad for you in just about every way, so.
Nothing wrong with once in a while, man.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, Kenshi, since you're actually... how good is it for... I'm managing a...
Patient,
Am
you're
I-
cutting out a bunch.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Kenshi, how good is it for my progress in weightlifting if I am managing 100 pounds on the lat pull down?
Lat pull down. How many reps are you doing for your set?
I'm not counting. The trainer is at least somewhere in the team.
Okay. Well, that's okay. You're just starting, so don't really think too much about how much you're lifting. Just whatever the dude tells you to do, just make sure you go through to the end. Don't quit. Don't worry about the progress of how much you're lifting until you are a ways in. So that's like a few months, because you haven't done this sort of thing before. So you shouldn't really be measuring your progress by how much you can do at this point.
Fair enough. And I mean, I did do this in the past, then to get a sort of.
Yeah, but just how long have you been? How long has it been since you started up again? By the
A
way.
few weeks. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay, so about 8 weeks in is when you can start really measuring progress and stuff. That's
Fair
a good time stretch.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
Yeah.
So the cross brain is finally making some decent progress on our next chapter. Just matters of time.
Patient, do you have like a noise gate or something on your microphone? Is that why you keep cutting out?
I shouldn't. I honestly don't see why it keeps happening. I blame the computer.
Oh, okay. I think it is because, you know, you're either doing a very spectacular job of, you know, catching when it's going to cut out otherwise, is what it seems like.
Well, I'm just watching my name lighting up in the sidebar and ceasing to speak when it stops lighting up. That's all.
Wow. Okay. That's impressive.
Anyway, the rest of my week has been pretty uneventful. I am finally off of probation at work. My 90 days are up, so I'm now fully with the company, meaning
Woo.
that I can take advantage of 1 week's worth of paid vacation at my leisure. Though, well, I'm not sure exactly when I'll be able to do that. Probably sometime in autumn. That's when weather in Canada should be at a nice, healthy...
Yeah, nice and not, you know, blood freezing temperature.
And at the same time, not bug infested as it is right now.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that. We'll be getting the plans done as we can. Do you remember that unpleasant thing I mentioned at the start of the podcast?
I don't
One of
remember
our-
anything in the first 30 minutes or so. So, I'm sorry.
Well, I came across something rather unpleasant while I was looking at our Patreon payout, which was
Oh,
around
yeah.
$100 less than I expected. You know why it was $100 less? Because one of our $100 patrons, their status says fraud.
Mm.
Yes, that's not very pleasant at all.
Mm.
Let's just hope that resolves itself smoothly. I wouldn't want there to be any trouble about that.
God,
Well,
that sounds foreboding.
yeah, kind of. I mean, at the very least, it seems to have taken care of itself somewhat. I mean, if they were just taking the piss, then you were never going to get that money anyway. So,
Well, the thing is, they've already given us $500 in the past.
oh,
Yeah, so let's just hope that nothing bad comes of that. Please, and thank
yeah. Hmm.
you. Alright, so aside from that, not really much to remark on for this week. I beat Super Mario World aside from the special world. I'm
Oh,
working
man.
I'm working on Tubular right now.
So you aren't to the one where you have to, like, balloon float all the way through the level yet.
Oh,
That's
I was just
tubular.
wondering. I was just wondering if it
I
was
didn't
that
know
one.
for sure.
Okay.
Trust me. After that one, there, all the rest of them seem laughable to you. Like,
I'm sure. Tubular is that one level.
Yeah, I thought it sounded familiar.
isn't it like a second one?
Yes, it is the second one.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, was there something else?
That's why it's called Tubular.
No.
No? Okay.
It's called
Well-
Tubular because it was the 90s, bruh.
Well, I'd imagine that the pun was there for some reason as well.
I mean, tubular is just a regular word that means of a tube-like configuration. That's an actual
Totally
word,
tubular, bro.
Kenji.
Totally tubular.
Yeah, Zero. What Zero said.
I live in California. I can say it. Shut up.
You don't live on the coast, do you?
No.
No,
I didn't think so.
but I used.
Stop it.
Anyway, patient.
Alright. I finished beta reading the existing chapters of The Nightmare Before Hogwarts. I recommended that fic a while back.
I remember that.
Yeah. Looking forward to receiving chapter 19 to read and edit. And, well, I hope you'll take a look at the story now that they've updated it with my edits. It's, I don't want to sound vain or anything, but I think it's improved quite a bit. It's kind of hard to say that without. I just cut out again, didn't I?
A little bit.
It's kind of
but-
hard. It's kind of hard to say that without sounding vain, isn't it? That's what I meant to say.
A little bit, but I mean, that's your job to make it read better. That's why you're there. So if that's what happens, then yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Yes.
Yep.
Anything else notable? Well, we had Papa John's last night. That's notable.
Yeah.
Delicious as always.
I haven't had pizza.
Domino's
Pizza.
better.
You don't know.
I do. We have Papa John's in this country. I tried it. It was awful. Like, I had Domino's twice last week. Because I'm not good at self-control. So
Pizza sounds great. I wish I could have it.
they added chorizo sausage toppings. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I still have leftovers. Sorry.
Some people like leftover pizza better than the real thing. I mean, better than the fresh stuff, including several of my family. Not so with me. I prefer it fresh out of the oven. Same with pretty much anything.
Yeah, it depends a lot on... Yeah, there's a lot of circumstances that can make leftover pizza just kind of shitty, just in general. Sometimes it's just great, though. It's basically impossible to tell which is going to come out. In this case, it was pretty good because I've already had some. So I ordered a lot, to be clear.
Alright. Anything else? Progress on Pikmin 3? Some, at least. Once I finish mission mode, I'm going to try playing through the story mode and try to clear the game in the minimum of 10 days. So, that'll be fun. I don't typically do speedruns, but for Pikmin, I want to give it a try. Also probably going to purchase the Wii U version of Pikmin 2 from the Nintendo store once I've beaten Super Mario World. Don't want to buy another new game when I haven't cleared the last one I bought yet.
That's probably a good idea.
I am impressed with your restraint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wish I was like that.
Well, there's also the fact that Super Mario World costs less than $10. Pikmin 2 is a bit on the pricey side.
Fucking Nintendo. I swear.
Well, it's one of the big name games. What do you expect?
It's
I think
really
I recall correctly.
not. It's about a mid-tier game as far as Nintendo's concerned, but yeah, you can't really get it elsewhere anymore.
I mean, I used to have the Pikmin 2 game for GameCube. I still have the original Pikmin for GameCube. And Pikmin 2, I could buy another one. It wouldn't be that hard. But, I don't know what the but is. I could... Either way would work.
I'd say look up price comparisons. Like, let's be honest, the Wii U you're not going to be holding on to for very long anyway.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I mean, there aren't that many games that are worth playing specifically on it. The GameCube at least had a little bit of a library.
Okay, that's fair enough, as you put it. I'll see about that. And I mean, I'm not planning on getting rid of the GameCube anytime soon. Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness, you can't play those elsewhere.
Yeah, again, fucking Nintendo. But,
Speaking of which, did you see about the new Pokemon games?
Yeah.
The stopgap until the real Pokemon games next year.
Quite frankly, I prefer what they're doing right now than the thought of them creating an 8th generation. 7 is a good number. Just leave it at 7 if you want to add some Pokemon that are based off of the ones that are already there. Sure. Maybe some more Mega Evolutions. I don't know. But they need to stop making new ones.
I don't think they're ever going to because they keep making more money. But this new one, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, exists to basically funnel Pokemon Go fans back into the main series again. They said as much. Like, that's why you can transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go into this new Pokemon game. That's why it's a remake of Pokemon Yellow. It's got the same catching mechanics of Pokemon Go. It is, hey, I heard you liked Pokemon Go. Why don't you play our actual games that you pay money for?
In fairness, though, putting Eevee as a starter Pokemon that is a good thing.
Yes, it is. I
Too
very
bad it
much
can't evolve.
appreciate. I appreciate that they give you an option for the people that think Pikachu is a trash Pokemon, which it is. It really is. It's just garbage, and we should just stop worshipping the goddamn thing and have
Too
other
bad.
options, please.
Too bad Pikachu and Eevee can't evolve in this.
Who's we?
Excuse me.
They can't evolve. So.
Of course not.
Pikachu, I can understand the whole thing, but the whole point of Eevee is to make it evolve.
It can't evolve in this game.
I withdraw every good thing I just said. I'm done. Move on to the other thing.
Have fun using tackle at level 60.
Hey, he gets quick attack.
Like, I have... I'm on the fence on this game, because on the one hand, Pokemon Yellow was my first Pokemon game I ever played, and this is technically the first remake of Pokemon Yellow.
No, it's not.
I say technically because that's what they said it was.
They're lying to you.
I know. But there's no wild Pokemon battles. If you come across wild Pokemon, you go straight to catching it like Pokemon Go.
Nah,
you can
son.
dress up your Eevee and you can dress up your Pikachu, but they can't evolve.
Everything you're saying just makes me want to throw this game in the wall.
Can you dress up your Eevee as a Flareon and pretend?
Yeah.
I would like that, but it's... Yeah, I will have to see more on this game because they just announced recently that these games will be playable at E3, as well as there will be an official Nintendo Direct for E3, of course. But yeah, at the moment, I'm tempted just to skip out on these games and get the actual mainline games in 2019, which, according to them, are the ones they were talking about last year at E3.
Yeah. Don't be a slave to just good Pokemon game, and you bought all the Pokemon games. Don't do that. It's not good.
I don't think I have the money to really spare on a game that I would probably end up hating, so I'm just going to see. The only thing that can really bring me in is if there's any interesting story stuff, and I don't think there will be.
I'll remember that 6 months from now. I never forget.
Oh, there's a thought. Fucking E3's this weekend. Anything people are looking forward to in particular, or hoping for?
Smash.
Yeah, Smash.
Yeah. See, we're recording next week on like the day of the Nintendo Direct and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be. Depends on the time that they're actually doing it.
I'll look it up. It's usually like first thing in the morning in California, so you might be absolutely right.
It would be interesting if we did a podcast or a recording of all of live react to
doing a live reaction thing.
Yes.
We could probably stream that. It'd be weird, but I don't know whether we'll do that. That'd take some planning.
That'll take some finagling.
Oh, come on. I've never been.
Okay, so EA is Saturday, Microsoft Sunday, Bethesda Sunday, Square Enix are getting it? Okay, sure. Monday.
Final Fantasy 7, bro.
Nintendo Tuesday at 9 a.m. We will be recording Anime Reflux.
Hey, guess what? I'm not going to be there because I am not missing out on that. Gosh darn it.
I mean, will it have subtitles? That would be nice.
I guess the anime next week.
I don't even remember what we were doing next week. No one say it because I can look it up, and also we haven't said yet.
Patient already said it.
Not for anyone who could hear it.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Thank you. I'd forgotten, and I didn't link it because I'm a dumbass. So.
Well, you said it, not me.
You needed me to prompt you.
Yeah.
So
next week, especially on Tuesday they're going to have the Nintendo thing, and then there's going to be the Smash Brothers Invitational Tournament, in which they have a big tournament with a lot of people they invited to do with the new Smash game. So there's a lot of unknowns going into it. I'm expecting they're going to use a limited roster of characters like they did last time they did an invitational tournament. So we won't see the full character list or anything, but I want to see how this game plays and looks.
Yeah, it'll just be some mainstays and maybe a couple that they happen to announce at E3.
Yeah, I expect you'll get a couple, like probably the original 12 characters from from Smash 64, as well as Inklings and maybe 2 or 3 other characters that they announced at E3.
What I'm really looking forward to is who else is going. That's always the I love.
What was that?
Yeah, he's looking forward to who else is going to be in the game.
Yeah.
Because there have been a lot of leaks, and quote-unquote leaks, saying all sorts of things, a lot of things contradicting. Somebody linked me to a Imgur album, which has a bunch of pictures apparently related to characters that will be in the game, and that
The
one
wild
had
mass
things.
guessing is the best part. In my,
Yeah.
I just
Well,
How
you know,
people
I
feel.
never mentioned this before, but I actually kind of have an in with Nintendo, and I hear that they have Zubat in the next Smash. As
No
the
joke,
Pokemon.
I'd play Zubat.
Why?
Actually, I was totally
Why?
lying to
You'd
you.
be super broken.
Zubat's not in the game. That'd be ridiculous. It's Batman.
It's Ridley.
So, you know, I don't really give a shit about E3 because I don't really feel like sitting around for hours to watch a glorified press conference. Just give me the cliff notes of that shit later.
Yeah, there was time when I would do
watching
that,
like
but-
most of these.
Hmm.
Like I'm not gonna watch EA's stupid thing. I have no.
Yeah, you're just going to watch Nintendo's because we all know what you are.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch Microsoft's. I will watch Devolver Digital's because
God.
Devolver Digital's last press conference is great.
That was special. Okay, that.
Yeah. That's on Sunday at like 8:00 Pacific.
Yeah.
I might check out Bethesda's, but honestly, I could care less.
Couldn't.
You don't want to know if they're going to say anything about Elder Scrolls or if they're going to talk about Fallout 76?
I just want to see if they talk about Elder Scrolls at all in a way that's
They
not
won't.
insulting.
They won't.
Yeah.
It'll be the space game that they're doing if they talk about anything else.
Yeah, I might tune to Square Enix and then Sony, but I'm not going to be there for the PC gaming show. I don't care about Ubisoft right now.
No one cares about Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're really, really deep into the industry, you don't really need to watch the conferences. Like, but it is always good to watch like the highlights from people doing commentary of the conferences. Like,
See, that's what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be watching for the ones that aren't Nintendo, of course. I'm going to be watching streams of other people commenting on it.
Yeah, like
Because I feel
Giant
like
Bomb
that'll be
doing, I think it was 2016, doing the Bethesda press conference when there was one woman in the crowd that was just losing her shit at literally anything. It's fucking great.
I'll probably just watch the Super Best Friends Play channel, watching them because honestly, I don't have really much to care about. I'd just rather see what they have to say on the subject, and I honestly have no investment in a lot of these conferences.
Yeah, like console exclusives. Who cares at this point?
Like I am a big Nintendo fan, so I'm obviously gonna watch the Nintendo conference probably in a call with a lot of my other friends because we're all big Nintendo fans. So
God, you're a mark.
yes, I am.
Yeah,
But you know what? I am a mark for this specific thing, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, Microsoft, who cares? Sony, they might announce something cool, but I'm not especially invested. EA, who gives a shit? Ubisoft, more or less the same.
I mean, I care slightly about Battlefield 5 for EA.
The only reason I would care from Microsoft is because my younger brother likes his Xbox One.
That's his problem.
I don't know. So he wants to know if there's a new Halo and probably details on the new Forza Horizon. That's it. I'll Cliff Notes that for him. I'll look at the Cliff Notes and then show it to him.
Why can't he do it?
Yeah, he probably will.
It's summer, dude. What else is he doing?
Oh, right, you guys get 3 months off because you're fucking weird. I was going to say he'd be in school, but, you know.
He just graduated high
Oh,
school,
right, yeah,
so.
he did. Oh, fucking dumb. Alright, fair play.
Remember Zero kind of did a thing? Was that for that? No, that was something else.
That was for his birthday.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that I attended my brother's high school graduation. That happened.
Hopefully not dressed as Fat Spider-Man this time.
No. We were out in the sun all day, and
oh yeah, that was the reason you didn't do that. Okay.
It was bothersome.
I 100% believe that, actually.
So, yeah, but, you know, he got to go to frickin' Six Flags afterwards with the graduation group of people, because grad night. Whereas for my grad night, I went to bowling.
I don't want to tell you what I did on my graduation night.
I don't remember what I did on graduation night.
I feel like it's highly illegal.
Kind of.
I'm pretty sure I didn't do anything because I didn't consider it a big deal.
I mean, I didn't either.
The school considered it a big deal, and they drove him out to Six Flags, but they drove me out to bowling alley.
I mean, I think I went home, played video games, and felt bad about myself because I failed like 90% of my exams, so I think you did better than me, Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel good about yourself. You're welcome.
Thank you, Maui.
E3. So yeah, E3's next week. Anybody got any fun predictions?
I predict that the conference will exist.
It will. Fallout 76 will be not as bad as people think, but still not particularly inspiring.
They're going to be trying to do Elder Scrolls Online with Fallout.
I think it's going to be a State of Decay kind of thing, is what they're going to try and do. I don't even know.
I predict that either Bethesda or Ubisoft will embarrass themselves on stage.
Ubisoft, no question. It's an Ubisoft conference. This is what they had pandas on stage at one point. Okay, that's.
Yeah, I'm saying Bethesda or Ubisoft in case, because remember last time Bethesda did the Welcome to Bethesda Land.
Oh God, that thing! Fucking Christ.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. All right.
I predict that the Final Fantasy VII remake will get pushed back again.
I mean, Square Enix, I think this is the first time Square Enix have had a specific conference. So if they don't have something worth looking at, I would be very surprised.
One thing I find interesting is that Square Enix just recently made a division specifically for developing Nintendo Switch games. So that might be leading to something interesting, but yeah.
It might be, but that's a very recent change, so...
Yeah, it's centered around the Project Octopath people.
Oh, right, so it's going to be like indie stuff mostly. Okay. That's fair play.
Hey, an RPG is an RPG, man.
Yeah. I mean, things Square could be showing off. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy XIV stuff, probably, I guess.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Maybe.
Again.
Well, they did show out after press, so there's a good chance they will be showing off stuff, actually.
They need a new fighting game with all the Final Fantasy characters in it.
Yeah, there'll be another Dissidia, probably.
Didn't they just have a Dissidia like a year or two ago?
Probably. It's a game developer. If they can make shit annual, they will. Especially fighting games. Then they got their Western stuff, so maybe they'll be doing something with Deus Ex?
Isn't Square Enix making an Avengers game?
I heard nothing about that.
News to me.
I think it's rumored, but I think we might see Life is Strange, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the worst kept secret in the world.
When did Nier Automata come out? That was like beginning of 2017, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, too early for something from Yoko Taro.
Too early for Yoko Taro, but I heard he's working on a Final Fantasy game, I think. It's rumored that he's working on a Final Fantasy
surprising
game.
And frankly kind of disappointing, but okay.
If he's working on it, it'll be good.
Yeah, but I prefer he work on his own stuff where he has freedom to do what he wants.
Yeah, I would
They won't let him do things that are crazy for a Final Fantasy game. They won't.
They're gonna Hideo Kojima him.
Oh well.
Oh,
We got Nier Automata out of it. That's definitely a plus. That's still a game I can go back to every year or so.
Watch, it's gonna be Final Fantasy 16 that turns out it was just Drakengard 4 the whole time.
Final Fantasy fans are going to be very surprised by the pedophile party member, I think. Good God, Yoko Taro is weird. So, yeah, that was a thing that happened, by the way. That wasn't just me being really fucking random. Yeah, any other quick predictions before we move on to recommendations?
Nintendo's gonna announce probably. I think they might show some. They're gonna show Smash Bros. They're gonna probably maybe talk about the new Fire Emblem game because they keep talking about there being a new Fire Emblem game for Switch this year.
Bayonetta 3, probably.
Bayonetta 3, we might get a trailer for it. It's been a while, so there's that. There's probably gonna be a little bit on the No More Heroes Travis touchdown spin-off game thing. As well as I'm predicting maybe we get an actual visual from Metroid Prime 4.
Microsoft will announce they're working on a successor to the X-Bone.
They already announced the Xbox One X.
I don't count that.
Is that not out yet?
It comes out this fall.
Jesus, that's
which is why they're going to be announcing probably Halo 6 to go along with it.
Yeah, I could see that. Halo 6 is going to be a thing. Yeah.
EA is going to talk about sports and...
Sports, Anthem, and probably not mention Battlefront in any way, shape, or form.
Yep. And maybe if you cross your fingers, they'll announce Dragon Age, but really, I doubt it.
No, they're kind of teetering on the edge of just nixing BioWare as a studio, so I wouldn't hold my breath on that.
Yeah, I don't think that they're, I'm most excited, aside from the Nintendo thing, for Devolver's conference, because I want to see what they have. What are you going to do this time?
Yeah, for those that aren't aware and didn't look at the Devolver Digital Conference 2017 link that I put in the link dump, you should do that. But if you still don't, it was a parody conference of anyone else's E3 conferences, just ridiculously over the top, trying to hype people up and shut your fucking gobs. This is the best thing you will ever see in the history of entertainment. I'm gonna shoot this guy in the face to show you how much I care about our games, kind of thing.
Whoa, I tuned out for a second and then came back to that.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Devolver conference last year.
Yeah.
I think that Ubisoft will talk about that. Like, this isn't even a theory. They're going to talk about their Assassin's Creed Odyssey thing that they just recently announced on their Twitter.
Ancient Grace, right? I'm assuming.
I'm hoping it's literally the Odyssey.
Yeah, that's what made me think of that, yeah.
And I hope that we're fighting mythical monsters, because I honestly don't care about the Assassin storyline anymore.
Yeah, it probably will. I think they did that for Origins, so yeah. Like there was timed events where you could fight the Egyptian gods, so I'm assuming something like that, yeah.
Yeah, go Stranger with it. Just do it.
Yeah, why not? No one's taking your storyline seriously anyway, so just fucking go nuts.
We're going to get another music video called Death Stranding. So, yeah.
That's gonna be whatever it is.
I can't imagine, and I'm not going to try to.
Yeah, not worth it. Just let it wash over you when it happens. And then you'll be an old man
where
because
will the
rain
baby
is
be
time,
next?
apparently.
The rain is time. It's timefall.
Oh, god damn it.
It's so interesting. The rain is time. Ah, I love that. It's so absurdist.
Yeah. Okay, so recommendations. I think we can call that to a close. That was completely unplanned that we would turn that into an E3 predictions thing, but whatever. Recommendations?
Kenji, did you ever do your week?
Oh shit! Ken, your leg's busted and you're a smurf or something.
Screw it. We don't have to do it. Time
Don't call
constraint.
time on this shit. What the fuck show are you on?
Fine, whatever.
Does anyone have any recommendations this week? I do.
Patient,
Kenji.
don't help him. He's doing his week.
Fine, whatever. In the meantime, you can try and look for recommendation, you bums. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So I wasn't on last week. The weekend before that, I saw Solo. Yeah. I was underwhelmed, to say the least. Basically, the plot is, hey, this is Han Solo before he was cool. And nothing in this movie lets you know why Han Solo is cool. So, yeah.
That's basically what I expected. So, hey guys, Han Solo starting out doesn't have anything that you like from Han Solo yet. Also, this movie doesn't need to exist at all because it won't explain anything about the setting or...
Also, the character that is the protagonist of this film is already dead in setting, so who cares?
Yeah. So, with that information present, they introduced a bunch of characters that don't mean anything to you.
Because we already know they haven't shown up. Unless
Yeah.
it's like Lando.
They don't mean anything, and there's no connection to them. They try to make things more dramatic than they really are, but it just falls flat, in my opinion.
Like, the difference between this and Rogue One is that, well, Rogue One didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I feel like the ending of that movie justified its existence. And it was very interesting from that point of view.
The thing about Rogue One was it told its own story.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it tied in at the very end to make you feel like, okay, this mattered for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
It sucked you in, and then it gave you a reason to care just a little bit more at the end, as it tied in with the rest of the universe. For Solo, this is just like, it's like a branch that doesn't really touch the main story because there's supposed to be a sequel, but even that sequel won't touch the main story because none of this has anything to do with it.
Does it just kind of feel like fan fiction?
Kinda.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean,
Isn't there going to be
There's-
like an
there's no
Obi-Wan
real-
movie?
like, what is going to be the major connection for all of this stuff to the main plot beyond Han Solo is in a bar and so are the Jedi. And that's the connection. Woo! Like, he was just there. That was literally his entrance into the story, that he just happened to be there.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing where you could attempt to tie it back by, oh, Han Solo met this character or that character, and they are important now in the current situation with the ongoing movies or something. You could try to tie it back that way, but that would take cooperation between different directors and writers, and you would need somebody to be more in charge and like hands-on with this cinematic universe it is now. So without that guiding force, you end up getting a bunch of disjointed stories.
I mean, did I already say that there's probably going to be a sequel to this, even though
Yes,
it kind of bombed? Yeah. So expect that.
This movie, like, it doesn't surprise me that it would bomb because, like, I didn't hear anything about it when it came out.
Yeah, that's one thing. They just expected Star Wars and Han Solo's name to sell tickets. No, give me a reason to watch this movie, fool.
Like Deadpool 2, when that dropped, I heard a lot about it. Like, it did very well. Everybody was talking about it. Then Han Solo comes out like a week or two later, and then nothing.
Yeah, like, I wasn't aware this film was coming out until I saw the trailer for it when I went to see Infinity War. And there was literally only one thing that stood out to me. I was like, oh yeah, that's Donald Glover playing Lando Calrissian. That's kind of cool.
By the way, he did pretty well.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you thing one about that trailer aside from that. I don't remember any of it.
Because none of it mattered. It
Like,
really
here's
didn't.
the thing, right? You know Lando's going to survive. You know Han Solo's going to survive. You know Chewbacca is going to survive. So any tension that involves those three characters doesn't matter.
Yep.
And that's the problem with a prequel movie like this. If you go and you do, say, they were talking about doing an Obi-Wan origin movie, right?
I mean, there were 3 of those.
Yeah.
That's the prequel trilogy. There were 3
or
of
like
those.
an Obi-Wan Solo movie, it was an Obi-Wan Solo movie where he's on Tatooine.
Wait,
That's
who
not
wants to watch that?
interesting.
Who wants to watch
Exactly.
It's literally just an old man
Exactly.
bumming around a desert for 2 hours. Why would... No.
Exactly. It's pointless.
Okay.
That's how I feel about Solo,
Alright.
and I haven't even seen it yet, so I'll find out.
Yeah. Anything else, Kenchi?
Yeah, nothing really major. I had a match last week and the week before, and that went well, other than the fact that I busted the knee the week before. But hey, I didn't really do anything to it. It's just wear and tear. I have bad knees. I'm old.
Thanks.
So yeah. Sorry.
I'm older than you, jackass.
Whatever. You know what it is.
Yeah, I do. It sucks.
Yeah. I got another show this weekend where I have to wrestle at least twice. So that'll be a thing. Yeah. Test my cardio, ladies and gentlemen. And other than that, oh yeah, I beat God of War and then I beat Persona 5 again.
Yeah.
Because why not? Makoto's still best girl.
Yeah, she is.
Like,
I didn't know
that's
you
a
were still
strong-
playing that
it's-
game, though, Ken. I never saw that coming.
Oh, you didn't?
Come on, Casey, please.
Well, it's a good note to end the episode on. It's a nice last surprise. So it's...
You never saw.
I'm so confused. Don't
He's making
I-
Persona
I-
song references.
I know what he's doing. I don't want it.
something rivers in the desert or something. I don't fucking know.
Creating rivers in the desert.
Okay, some of the lyrics aren't quite as easy to fit into a regular conversation. Alright, fine.
That's what you get.
So, I guess...
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
Recommendations.
Yeah, I'm just gonna recommend Down the Rabbit Hole. Like, that whole series is really good.
Same
So
Dr.
then-
Hope's Sick Notes, the thing I said earlier, still really good.
So no more recommendations. Because I don't have one.
And Kenchi's Kenchi, so... You know.
Yeah, I don't have any thick recommendations this week. I just didn't want to read anything.
Well, I might actually have.
Oh?
This is. I might have recommended. Probably just something. Generic. Well, One Piece, Peggy's one. It's called Disturbing Someone, formerly called It's Probably Time Travel, by Seimer Chef Putin. Just discovered it. It's. Hold on a moment.
Yeah, you're having some trouble there. Do 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 do.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Am I coming through?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, basically, 1 second the Straw Hats are sailing in the New World, and the next second they wake up in the Blue, or wherever they were at the start of canon. So, basically, as the title implies, it seems like they just disturbed someone with power devil, and they, he, she, whatever, made them go away. That's what I have for the first chapter. It's pretty well written. It doesn't seem to be expanding on the crew too much, but while the story is different than it's got about 14 chapters, and last update was a few hours ago. So, ongoing. Take a look at it, see if it's
Oh.
a good one. I mean, One Piece time travel stories. There are so many of them, but on the other hand, most of the top fix are them.
Yeah, that's true. I can't wait until you get a new computer.
Neither can I.
Yeah.
Of course, if you'd like to spot me a bit of fun so that I can write more quickly.
When are you waiting for the new Apple computer?
Yeah, I believe the release is next week or sometime this week.
Ah,
It's soon, in any case.
Apple.
I repeat, my mother works there, so
I
That's
know. Oh. I mean, it's opportunity, I suppose, so I can't fault you for taking advantage, but oh. Anyway. My predispositions towards certain companies aside, I guess that's pretty much the episode.
so we'd like to thank everybody for listening to
I get
Fandom.
Zero. Did the Patreon thing go through? Or
Yes, the Patreon things have been processed, and I'm ready to read them right now at
Cool
this
beans.
moment. So, Hugh08, once again with the 20 Dolores. Thank you.
Goodness.
You've your lifetime givings are an insane amount. That's a lot. Wow. Ex Nativo, or Minty, or Minty, or however you want to call him, $20.
Currently, he's a mint. He's a dipshit. Currently,
According to the Discord thing.
Yes.
Ethan F. $10. Thank you, Ethan F.
Yeah.
he is currently Ethan F.
Troper, thank you for the $5 as always. Literally the longest time supporter.
Yeah.
Has been supporting us for like
Back
Almost
in the
a
day
full-
on that random ass website. What was that?
almost like in terms of Patreon, almost a full 4 years. Like,
God.
That website's
Yeah.
still up.
I didn't even know we'd been on Patreon that long.
Bomber with $1. Thank you.
Yay.
Greek guy, $1. Thank you.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Max Dole, $1. Thank you as well. And the Crossbrain with $10. Thank
Pleasure
you.
as always.
Thank you.
That's it for the month of May. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
It's fucking awkward, isn't it? All right. So
I'm
I
taking over the outro because you're going.
was, but
Case in point.
can't win. I was literally starting it, and they said no.
Tracy, talk.
I'd like to thank, if people would let me, everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 223. If you want to get in contact with us, you can do so through the comments. There used to be a private messaging function on YouTube, apparently, but
No, they told nobody about it, so it's fine.
so no one used it, so they're getting rid of it. Go figure. Alternatively, we do have a Discord. There's a link to it in the description. If you would like to donate on Patreon, we would very much appreciate it. We do a shout out to everyone who donates. And if you donate $20, you basically have an invite to be on the show for an episode of whatever show you would like to be on, really. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 223. Bye, everybody.
Until next.
Goodbye.
Was that satisfactory?
No.
Can't win with you.